Hey everyone, Leanne here from Kingdom Bloggers. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Pinterest native scheduler to schedule out your pins. So I know many people are trying to save money these days, and I am no exception to that. And so it is really no longer necessary to use third-party tools for scheduling, such as Tailwind. Now, you can use these. I just prefer to kind of use what I already have, and since Pinterest is free, why not use what they offer? Now, I do want to preface this by saying there are some limitations in using the native scheduler. You know, with Tailwind, you can schedule out like forever, right? There's no time frame limitations. Inside the native scheduler, you do have about a 30-day window. So if you're trying to schedule out for the next couple of months, it's not going to work. But if you just want to schedule out 30 days at a time, this is going to work really well for you. So let's hop over to my Pinterest. You can see here, so this is like my profile page, and you see these up here. These are what have been scheduled already. And it actually shows like 1 day from now, 2 days from now, and so forth. So what I am going to do is I'm going to right click in this place because I want to open this schedule in a new tab so I can see the dates that I'm scheduling certain pieces of content. Because my rule of thumb is I don't typically schedule, like if I'm doing multiple pins to the same URL, I try to space them out by at least 5 days. Now, I might do it 7 days where there's like 4 pins, one a week, because that's 30 days. But I try to go about every 5 days minimum. Now, I think the general rule is 24 hours. Don't pin to the same URL in a 20 more than once in a 24-hour period. And so just to keep me from not overlapping, I just go with like 4 or 5 days. So you can do whatever you want. The idea is you don't want to spam Pinterest with like 10 pins to the same URL in 1 day. Just don't do that. Okay, so we're going to come back over to the original one because I want to keep this open so I can see the date and time. So we're going to go back here. Whoops. And then I've already created, I have 2 pins that I'm going to do just to kind of show you the process. So up here in the top left corner, you're going to click that and then just hit create pin. And then here we're going to upload. So go to my downloads. So I like to give it an actual keyworded file name. So I'm not going to upload it as Pinterest mockups. I'm going to just call it monthly scripture writing plans. Whoops. All right, and I'm going to hit that. And it's going to upload. And then I'm going to say free monthly scripture writing plans. Now I'm going to actually add for beginners to the title because I have Bible study plans for beginners as one of my boards, and that's the board I'm going to pin this to. So now I'm going to come here. Now, I actually, when I'm doing multiple pins for the same URL, I actually use ChatGPT to craft me different pin descriptions because you don't want the description to be the exact same for every pin. You want to switch it up a little bit. And I'm not that crafty with my words. So I just say, I actually had started it with a Bible reading plan. Write 5 different pin descriptions for a free monthly topical Bible reading plan for beginner. And so it gave me them, but I didn't like the emojis and the hashtags. So I said, rewrite it without that and then change it to scripture writing plans because actually I forgot I was doing scripture writing plans instead of my Bible reading plans URL. So anyway, so I am just going to copy this and put it into my pin description. And then I'm going to come over here and grab the link and paste it there. And then I'm going to choose my board, which is Bible study plans for beginners. So if you want to pin this right now, you just hit publish and it's going to pin it, right? But if you're trying to schedule them out, you're going to come down here where it says publish at a later date, toggle that on, and then choose your date. Now, if I pin one today, that's usually kind of what I do. If I do like 5 pins for the same URL, when I come in here to actually schedule them, I will go ahead and pin one of them today, and I'll just publish it right now. And then pin number 2, I want to do it 5 days from now. So let's pretend I'm doing it 5 days from now. So I'm going to hop back over here to the actual ones that are scheduled. I'm going to look at the date. So today is the 18th. And let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21. I don't really pin more than one pin a day. I don't fill my schedule with like 10 pins a day or anything like that. So my goal is to get one pin going out every single day. And so I'm just going to go to the next open slot. So 19, 20, 21. So we'll go about 22 right here. So I'm just going to change this to 22. I like to pin mine in the morning, somewhere between 8:30 and 10:30, or between 9 and 11 p.m. So I'm just going to go here and do about 9 p.m. and then hit schedule. And then I'm going to hop back over here and I'm going to refresh the calendar or the scheduled pins. And there it is right there. So now I'm going to come over and do my second one because I did make 2 for this video. And I'm going to call this one free scripture writing plans. I'm just going to leave it at that. Upload it. Grab another description. Paste that there. I'm going to say free printable Bible study plans. Now, even though this says scripture writing or Bible, these actually say topical Bible reading plans. So I'm saving it to my Bible study board. So I'm going to change it. So even though it might say scripture writing, I'm still going to put it to the same URL. So go back, grab the link, put it there. Now, I already did Bible study plans for beginners, so I am going to do Bible study. And then, okay, so I pinned it, I have it scheduled for 10/22. So 10/22, a week later would be the 29th. So let me look over here. Do I have anything on the 29th? I do not. So I will go ahead and put that one for the 29th. And maybe we'll do that one at 9:30 a.m. Takes a minute. And then come over here and refresh. And there it is right there. And so I know in Tailwind, it might be a little easier. The one thing I don't like about Tailwind is it is a very slow to process. Like you do one thing and it takes forever for it to do anything. And so it does have its pros and cons in that you can schedule out for the next couple of months. You know, I do monthly Bible reading plans. So in Tailwind, I was able to go ahead and schedule it out to go, you know, a week before the first of the month for every month of the year. I can't do that in here, but I'm at a point now that I just sort of schedule out every few weeks at a time. So you can go up to 30 days. Like you can, let me just add an image to show you. I'm not actually going to publish this one, but you hit that and you see here. So see how like this is lighter. These are the days past. So these are darker. And so into November, you can only go out to the 16th. So today's the 18th of October. So 1 month out would be the 16th. So you can't schedule out past the 16th of next month today. And so again, if you're doing, let's say you have a particular URL that you could put on 6 different boards, which I can. I mean, I have like 10 boards that have the word Bible study on them. And so what I would do in that case, because it's only 30 days, I would probably schedule them out. Pin 1 would go to the first board. And then maybe 3 or 4 days later, pin 2 would go to the second board 3 or 4 days later. So depending on how many boards really is what dictates how many days apart, if I want to get all 6 or however many of those pins out in that 30 days. Generally what I do, I'll just make 4 and it'll go to the 4 main boards and then I'll schedule them out once a week. I mean, it's really up to you what you do. I mean, it doesn't matter if you do every 3 days or every 7 days. Just don't do it less than 1 day apart. Like at least give it 24 hours before you pin to the same URL. And so that's pretty much it. Let me get back over here. You can see, I mean, mine just go out. Anytime I create a new piece of content, I will immediately, whatever it is. So all of my content is centered around Bible study and devotional. And so even though it might not technically be a lesson, every devotional piece of content I create, blog post, I actually add questions to the end of it, like reflection questions. And then now it's called a devotional, right? Or a study. And so this enables you to make different types of pins to match the different boards. So I have Bible study lesson board. I have Bible study for beginner, Bible study plans for beginners, Bible study lessons. I think I said that Bible study by itself. So I have a Bible study printables. And so on some of these pins, I'll actually put free study question, free printable study questions included or something like that. I'll put that on the pin. That way, I'm not taking the title of the post, I'm taking the point of the post and which category of board it would most likely fit on. And then I schedule them out that way. So let me know if this made sense. I know a lot of people have been asking, how do you schedule out your pins? Honestly, at this point, and this is just my personal opinion. So actually, at this point, I think Tailwind is kind of a waste of money. It's very expensive. I think I have three accounts, so I think mine when I renew it is like, I don't know, $600 or something. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. And I've actually not seen, so I was actually doing some from Tailwind because I have it's still active until like December, I think. Next month it expires. I'm just not going to renew it. So I was actually doing pinning some in Tailwind and pinning some through the native scheduler. And I'm not really noticing a difference either way. Like Tailwind doesn't do better, the native scheduler doesn't do better. They're both equal. And so for that reason, I am letting my Tailwind go. And I kind of would recommend maybe y'all do that too. Again, I know some of you schedule it out for a couple of months just because of, the time constraints on whatever your situation is. But for anyone else, you don't need Tailwind. The native scheduler is built right there into it, and it is absolutely free. It just takes a little more effort because, like I said, you don't have a calendar view like you do in Tailwind, where it shows on this day, these are all the pins you have. It doesn't show it in calendar view. It just has it there as like a carousel at the top of your page. And so just open that up and look at the dates and then schedule it appropriately from that. But I'm willing to put in a little extra effort just so I can save that money. And so that's what I would recommend for you as well. So anyway, if you have any questions, of course, drop those comments below or hop over to my Facebook group and let me know what you think. Is this working for you? Are you having any issues with it? And of course, if there's anything else you need to know or you're having trouble figuring out, ask and I will make a tutorial for it. All right, guys, thanks so much. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.